Welcome to Exceptional Family TV. I'm here today with some exceptional moms, Michelle, Carrie, and Tara. We're here today to talk about some different topics that we deal with as moms. So we're going to start out with how we pick and decide on a pediatrician. How have you guys come to have the pediatrician that you have, or not have a pediatrician like I don't?
Well, I've gone through several. And I think the first one was just a traumatic experience. And so it just went through. I felt like some of them just weren't very educated or knew or treated a lot of children with special needs. They knew about the basic stuff, earaches, colds, and things like that. So I finally settled on the pediatrician I have now, and I really love her because anything I need, she's willing to do.
For us, we had a really bad experience with our first pediatrician. He just refused to diagnose Zach. When Zach started having seizures, they said he didn't have any available appointments. So we ended up seeing another doctor and got Zach's diagnosis and decided to not see him anymore. We actually see my primary care just because she actually knows me well and is willing to help us out. We'd love to have a good pediatrician, but it's just been really difficult to find.
You know, with Lily's condition, it's just so rare, and she was born perfectly healthy, and so it was just on my own instincts, the prompting, you know, I think we need to have this tested, I think we need to check something out, and then once we got the diagnosis, it was just kind of like, well, I really don't know what to, you know, do for you, you know, and he asked me all the time, am I doing a good job for you? You know, I mean, he was just very honest, and he said, you know, there's not a lot out there about your daughter, but you just let me know as a mom what you need. And since then, we have the nurse practitioner in the office, and she says, my youngest one just got diagnosed with a rare chromosome abnormality as well. And we spent the next hour talking as moms, you know, wow. And she was asking me all these questions. So I don't look for my pediatrician to give me the, you know, be-all answer. It's like I try to rely more on my instincts, you know, and my gut, the intuition that we have as moms, and then use them as a sounding board, you know.
Well, somebody to back you up.
Exactly.
I think it's mostly about just learning to be your advocate for your child, and it really is, like you said, your instinct, and getting a doctor that's willing to do what you think needs to be done as the parent, and then helping you on things that you know nothing about.
Well, your doctor can be your advocate too.
Right.
That's what our pediatrician is absolutely awesome. For 20 years, through all the kids. But even with Katie, she's like, nope, let's do this, what do you feel about this? And even the phone calls at the end of the day when she's off. Mm-hmm. How did you take this? Are you okay with it? You know, when she was getting the test results at the same time I was getting them, she would call up and say, how are you? You know, do you need help clarifying? Do you want me to explain something?
I think a big part is just making sure that if you don't like your doctor, or even if you're uncomfortable with the person, you don't feel like you can open up to them, to just really keep trying. There's plenty of them out there. The relationship, I think, really needs to work for you to trust them with the care of your child.
Join us next week as they continue their discussion and talk about the issue of having more children. Be sure to comment below, let us know what you think, and if you want to join in the discussion, join us on our forums.